What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I am bringing you the #1 cause of why you're stuttering and getting FPS drops in PUBG, Battlefield 1, Rainbow, whatever game you play. If you're getting stutters and frame drops, this is 90% of the time the cause. It is a Microsoft problem. Microsoft knows about it and they have not released a fix yet. So I just wanted to bring this to you guys because this took me a long time to figure out. The last video I made, it drastically helps with the stuttering and makes them less frequent, but the stutters are still there, and this is the cause of it. But basically what's happening is Windows is not dumping your memory cache like it's supposed to. Okay? So this right here, if you go to your task manager and go over to performance, task manager is Control-Alt-Delete at the same time. And go over to performance, you'll see this right here, your cache. It's building up right now. So what we're going to do, you see where it's at. Before I even opened PUBG, I was only at 126 megabytes. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and play a little bit. We're going to see some stuttering. We're going to exit out of the game. We're going to come back and check this number. Okay, so that was the end of the first game. And I'd say that was probably about 10 or 15 minutes. So it wasn't even a full game. Let's go ahead and exit out of this. Let's go check that cache number here. Okay, so we're at 2.3 gigs, and like I said, that wasn't even a full game, and that was only one game. So if you're experiencing, and sometimes this builds up faster. I mean, there's times where I've played, 2/3 of a game, 20 minutes, and this would be up to 4 gigs. If you play a full game, it could be up to 4 gigs. It's really dependent. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This cache is always building up and it's not being dumped. And that game ran fairly smooth. I was getting a couple stutters, but not as bad as it usually is. So there is a fix. So what you want to do, so just remember this, it's at 2.8. It'll probably be bigger by the time we get to it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to Google and you want to type in empty standby list. The first option you have should be the top one. I will also post a link to this in the description below. You want to go ahead and click on that. Right here where it says download, I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to do it. You just click on it, it'll download, take a couple seconds. You can exit out of that. Then you want to go into your downloads folder and you should see empty standby list. Yours might be in an actual folder. Either way, if you see a folder, just click on it and the application file should be right there. So what you want to do is you want to right click on that and you want to copy. And then once you copy, go to your local disk C. If you have multiple drives, it should be local disk C, but basically wherever your Windows files are, you want to go to program files. Then on the right side, right click, go down to new and create a new folder. I just named mine empty standby list. You can name it whatever you want. Once you create the folder, go ahead and go to the folder, double click, and then once you're inside the folder, you want to right click and go to paste, and then it'll paste the application folder that you copied earlier from the downloads folder in here. Then once you see that, go ahead and right click, go down to properties, go over to the compatibility tab, and you want to make sure run this program as an administrator is ticked. Hit OK. Then you can exit out of that. Then you want to come down here to the search bar and type in task. And yours might be task manager at the top, which it probably will be unless you've ever opened the task scheduler. No big deal. Task scheduler should be right underneath of it. Go ahead and click on the task scheduler. Okay, so this is where all the magic happens. Once you're here, you want to go over to the right side under where it says actions, and you want to go down to create task. All right, once you open up the create task, you go ahead and name it. I named mine empty. I already have one created. So once you create that, you want to come down here to run with highest privileges, and you want to make sure that's ticked. And I'm sorry, my daughter is over here screaming. And you want to make sure right underneath that it says hidden. Okay, so after you make sure hidden is ticked, you want to come over here to the right where it says change user or group. You want to click on that and then hit advanced. Then you want to come over here right to the middle where it says find now. Go down. You want to click on system. hit OK, hit OK again, and then you want to come over here to triggers, hit new. This is basically where you're creating the action. So this is how it should look on default. It should say on a schedule, one time, blah blah blah, and then you want to come down here to repeat task every. Go ahead and make sure that's ticked, and then here you can create basically the schedule that you want. If you want this code to run every 5 minutes, which is what I personally have it on, because I feel like my cache really builds up pretty quick. So, but you can set it on every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, whatever you prefer. I just do it every 5 minutes. Okay, and then after you do that, go ahead and hit OK. And you're going to go to Actions, the next tab over. You're going to click on New. And then you want to come over here to where it says Browse. And this is where you're going to go to that folder that we created earlier in the program files. We're going to go ahead and go to Program Files, the folder that we created earlier, the empty standby list. And then you will see the empty standby list application. I want to go ahead and just click on that once, hit open, and then here you will see that empty standby list is in there. Now I can't hit OK because I already have this made, and if I do, it'll just close all this out, so I'm just going to cancel it. But once you hit OK, you will see that same file right here on the top line. And then once you do that, you just want to go ahead and hit OK. I'm not going to do it because I've already have one made, like I said. And then once you hit OK, you should be able to come over here to the left side of the Task Scheduler main menu. Go down to Task Scheduler Library, and you should see the task that you just created. It should be called empty or whatever you named it. I have mine disabled because I wanted to build up the cache so I can show you guys. So as you can see, it is still at 3.2 gigs, or it's actually went up to 3.2 gigs. So now I'm going to enable it. Now we will see this task actually dump the memory cache like the system's supposed to be doing by itself. So we'll just go ahead and speed up here until it actually dumps it. Okay, so we are back. So the action just took place, and as you see, it cleared the cache down to, well, what was that, like 140 megabytes. So basically that is what will happen every 5 minutes if you do this task, and it'll keep your cache down. So I mean, it's the only workaround right now that I know of. There is another option. I think the program is called RAM Map, I think. But it's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to manually go into that program and dump the cache yourself. And if you're in the middle of a game, you don't want to have to go in there every 5 minutes, every 6 minutes, whatever it is, to empty it yourself. So I think this is a very liable option to do and keep your cache down. This should eliminate pretty much all your stutters. You might catch a stutter here and there, but I'm telling you, I've never had PUBG run so smooth for me after doing this. So I really hope this helped you guys out. If it did, go ahead and smash that like button. If it didn't, go ahead and let me know down below, and I will still try to help you out. Still watch my previous video about eliminating PUBG stutters and increasing FPS, because those are things that you should do anyway, and it does help. On top of this as well, your game should be butter smooth pretty much. And if it, like I said, if it did help you guys, smash the like button. If it didn't, let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, guys. So I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.